Welcome everyone. I'm Jim Huliston with Helios Partnership Success. I'm here with Beth Summers and Rachel Robinson-Vang from San Luis Coastal Unified School District. And Beth Summers is the HR analyst and Rachel Robinson is the secretary clerk for San Luis Coastal Unified School District. And before I dive into our questions, please, ladies, just fill us in on a bit of your background at the district and just a bit about your daily use when it comes to Helios.
Well, I've been with this district 5 years and have been doing this type of work for school districts for over 15 years. We've used Helios so much in the last year that it's definitely become part of my routine to use it on a daily basis. It's my go-to program to access employee information just because it's easier to access than my employee database that we share with our County Office of Education. It's also easy for me to access from anywhere. I love the fact that it's web-based, so I've really found that to be really helpful, and it's quick. I like the fact that you type a name in and it's up there, that doesn't load.
Coming into the district not knowing anything about education, and especially in HR, of all departments to start in, there's so many things to learn. And Helios was so helpful in just having access to all these different things and being able to do it, like Beth said, remotely. When we switched to remote working, some of our databases that we use for other things were not as easy to carry with us to our homes. And Helios, I can, even if I'm running errands at the store, but somebody needs an answer, I can pull it up on my phone. I can access whatever I need when I need it. Helios was instrumental into me getting familiar with employees, how we store things, accessing files. And then as I've gotten to learn more and more steps through Helios and more features of it, it's become a very codependent relationship with Helios for me. I use it for everything.
Well, and Rachel got to experience onboarding because she was hired since we implemented Helios. So she could come in to our department and reflect to us on how that process worked from the new employee side.
Rachel, what was that process like for you?
That was my first online onboarding experience in all of my working life, and it was very cool. It was very handy to have. Nobody wants to sit down and fill out 5,000 pieces of paperwork and sign a bunch of things and read a bunch of things. So having it at my leisure to read through handbooks and safety handbooks and things that I can go back to and not like lose this, random stack of paper and all of my things was so helpful in the onboarding process. It felt very quick and it was very timely.
How would you understand that Helios helps San Luis Coastal save money?
Well, I think in the overtime that we would have to pay people like Beth for all that extra time wasted digging through files and digging through, piles of things.
When was the last time you ordered paper?
Yeah, exactly. We're not even going through it. Yeah, the office supplies alone. We're not ordering like 5 rings at a time anymore.
The time I save not going and digging out files and making photocopies so that I can, download and attach a document to somebody who's asking for it or direct them to find it themselves in their own employee file in Helios has just been great.
TB or annual notifications or things when you're thinking of functions of our department, but those are huge, time-consuming, tedious projects that are now consolidated and can run pretty independently, with very little input from us on our end, and we just kind of have to track the results.
Yeah.
Since we broke it apart and using that feature in Helios has been a game changer, and even just for logistics-wise, tracking-wise on my end, because we have to keep track of who's completing them and, harp on the people that have it. And I don't physically have to do that anymore. Like Helios will automatically do that. If it hasn't been completed, it will automatically send reminders and do things. So that's been very, very helpful with us. And that's been very important for like our sites, especially who don't have access to the huge database, but when they just need, information that they need for their sites, for their places, we can tailor it to where they can only access stuff for that site. And so they don't have to get lost in the weeds of large things or wait on us to have time to answer these little smaller, big questions for them, but, for us, we have a lot of things on our plate. So it's helped take a lot of our workload for all of these little small, more intricate things, and they're able to be more self-sufficient.
How would you say Helios has helped out just to manage those COVID-related concerns?
We didn't have to figure out a way to deal with people through an online system because we'd already started that. We were already in that direction before COVID hit. I feel like we were really well placed and that we're not behind on our filing.
We feel very lucky to have been ahead of the curve a little bit, and we'd already started implementing Helios before COVID had started. And so having those systems in place as everything was kind of going crazy and everything's changing on a daily basis, everything is different maybe in an hour than it is from right now. And so having that system in place for communication purposes, for access, for clarity, for working remotely, everything has been so much smoother. And just the consistency and the reliability of Helios as a platform and its accessibility has been so helpful in us being able to help and serve our district in the way it deserves, even though there's a lot of chaos going on. So it's definitely made it more convenient, and our employees have definitely, especially since COVID, come around and they like being able to access their thing and answer their own questions and see what is there and what isn't. And obviously that makes it easier for us in HR as well. The less that we have to do digging, then the easier it is for us on a daily basis.
For someone who's telling you, hey, I'm considering adopting Helios, they want to save that time and resources, what would you say to them?
Helios is really intuitive. It is really user friendly. And once you get into it and once you see how things are done, everything else is pretty logical. Oh my goodness, how much better that process is going to be once that's done. How much easier that's going to be for everyone, not just us in HR, for everybody in our district, all of our sites, all of our people. So yeah, if you're open to learning a couple new things and not like rocket science things, just a couple new little things, then I think you can definitely take it pretty far, and it can make a huge impact in your daily workload.
So we feel like we've gotten help and support all along the way.
It's not like calling into an 800 number and waiting on hold for 500 hours. If I send an email, I'm getting an email back, and if I make a call, I'm getting an answer. Having that extra support has been very, very helpful to us.
So thanks so much for being here today and sharing.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Thanks.